know the first thing I would do is uh, kind of get up for the first time, not beleaguered by the Isle of Rat. I guess we were on the ship for a while, so
Mm-hmm.
it's not like this is the first sleepless rat
Oh,
night. But
that's true.
the first night at home, uh, actually getting to change into clean clothing. Although Rakote is like a cartoon man that wears the same barnacle covered outfit every day. Uh, but waking renewed, Rakote will hobble downstairs, determined to gather the crew, as it were, and set out and search for tasks.
Yeah.
Uh, I wake up. I usher the two ladies with me to get up and get dressed.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay.
Guys, I lost a few crowns.
I've got 5 crowns instead of 7 now.
Actually, hold on. Let me see. Did I lose any crowns? Let's see. What's the challenge? What's the challenge for this? For picking?
Oh,
Wow.
eight. They cleaned you out. I'm thinking.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's 8. Yeah.
Like at the bar?
Oh, you started at the
That's
bar.
fancy bar.
You started at the bar. You didn't.
Like what would that be? That'd be like that'd be a rapport, right?
I think notice because they're actively robbing you.
Maybe physique.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
Really good job.
If he rolls high enough,
on your wallet.
he could be like Podrick from Game of Thrones, and they give him the money back because they're very satisfied with Rostavon.
Oh yeah, they're like
See,
magic
okay.
fingers. Still got it, he says.
Hold on, I'll notice for him first. Let's see. Not bad.
You notice that they stole from you and that they're already very far away.
All right.
No!
Dang it. Well, you can't hate him.
Right. You notice that they're dressed like cartoon burglars.
Yes.
What?
You know it's money because it's got a big money sign on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I wake up in some probably the lowest priced crap room that they have. And I kick the door open and knock someone over as I do. What can I say? Excuse me.
It's your brother, Rostavon. He's here. How could it be?
Oh my god, my brother.
Your brother is here.
What's I forgot what my brother's name. What's my brother's name, Kane?
Rostavante.
Okay.
And he's like more handsome than you and more skilled and just like overall better.
Oh,
It's always been a source of like contention for you.
well,
And he's got ice powers. Fuck, nailed it. Yes. Nailed it. He's like, you got all the dominant genes. No, too much. Pull back.
not my
yeah.
brother again.
It's Elden Ring, so his name's Rostabolt.
Another Rost of some kind.
Yeah, Rosamond, and this kind of this bar is definitely kind of cooled down, but you had a simple lodgings afforded to you, basically a cot they use for anyone who can't get home successfully. And when you press out into the morning, maybe there's a bit of a brightness to the sun that wasn't there before.
Yeah, I'll just lean against the wall for a little while, taking in the fact that I'm not on the Isle of Rats anymore. And then I'll probably head back to where Rakote's oh god, the ship was the warehouse.
Anapoli.
Perfect. Yep. Easy enough. We'll follow Rostvon as he moves forward. Crow and Pale Lady, where were you at? Are you also heading there?
Yeah, presumably whenever day breaks, whenever the sun starts to rise, she would finish her singing and go looking for the rest of the crew.
Okay. Perfect. Crow, do you join as well or no?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, Rakote, you are heading down into the foyer, and you see Rostavon, you see the Pale Lady, and you see Robert Davies, your first mate, kind of attending to a few things. And as you descend, Robert Davies will look left and right and say, "Sir, there's a matter I think we should discuss."
He'll regard the crew and then look to Robert and say, "But of course, first mate, I'm all ears."
And that is when Crow will enter, and Robert Davies will look kind of disappointed for a moment and say, "Later, perhaps."
Kote will nod his head and he'll say, "Very well, over supper."
Of course, sir. And he will leave all four of you.
Kote will approach his gaggle of extraordinary teenagers.
Teen Titans.
Yeah. And he'll say, "And so we begin to see what the Port of the Nameless has in store for us. Hope you all rested well. There's no telling what excitement exists in these streets."
Blake one eye at a
Beyblades.
time.
Yeah, we see a couple Beybladers. Whatever.
Rakote takes his locket off, and it's revealed that it was not the picture inside, it's the fact that it is a Beyblade.
Oh my god.
I think I'm thinking of Bakugan, where they fucking turn into
Yes.
little action figures. Yeah,
Yes.
so he throws his Bakugan into the Beyblade match.
It's embarrassing. Everyone looks at you like that meme of the people at the party.
Yeah. Also, interrupting a Beyblade match is it's a capital punishable
Oh, yeah.
offense.
They put you back on the Isle of Rats so fucking quick. You don't even know. Okay.
Recontextualizes the guy checking out that locket in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if everybody's coming along, as much as every single fiber of my being wants to start with the 12-foot tall boy, I think that I'm actually the path that I have is to start sort of a counterclockwise journey this a ways, and that would take us to the woman in full diving suit first.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so to be upfront, these are like quests, there's objectives, there's always going to be some type of hook or something for you guys to do, which is not to say you can't change things, do whatever.
Yeah.
And also, you all don't have to tackle the same thing. If you'd like to split up now, I would just say, like, let's have an out of character conversation real quick, and see if people want to split up, if you all want to stay together, what interests people. Because I think we'll be doing this a bit. Like, we won't always have sessions where it's just kind of choose your own adventure, but I want it to feel like that. So, what do you guys want to do?
I'm good sticking with him.
I think right now, at least in terms of character stuff, I think sticking with him is my prerogative.
Okay.
I go out and I kill the rest of the sailors.
Yeah.
I mean, you fucking can. You can go do that.
I go bring a new giant crab monster into town.
Yeah.
And the pale lady's like, I don't. Do we need to have another conversation?
The last one didn't accomplish much.
I guess not.
Okay. In that case, kind of cutting out for the first time, Rakote, you head south into the kind of more established district of the Port of the Nameless. A lot of money ended up on this side of town, and as you move alongside the streets, you see people that display that wealth. Kind of to the left and right of you are numerous shops dealing in all manner of clothes and finery. And as your eyes are passing over this area of town, there's kind of a jarring snap where you realize that there is someone in a full diving suit kind of looking out from a window on the first floor. You see a bulbous kind of head cast in copper and a glass pane that hides the person behind it, just kind of like breathing as they look towards your direction.
They're up on like in a window, you said, or
Yeah, it looks like it's a fairly established home, but yeah, they are behind a window, and you see that it is a two-story building. And seeing you see them, there'll be a moment where they wave, and then their head will snap left as a hand emerges out of the corner of the window and pulls them away from it.
Kote will look over his shoulder to whoever happens to be the right of him, and he'll say, "Well, that's awful curious."
I'm to the left, so.
Yeah, I'm to the right, so you need to look to the left.
He looks to the left and says, "Well, that's awful curious."
Well, it's curious too. It's not just curious.
Rakote, as you say this, you will hear a voice call out from behind the door and say, Diedrich, is that you?
Rakote will answer. He'll say, "There's no Diedrich here."
I am looking for the merchant Diedrich. Do you know him?
Do I know the merchant Diedrich? What is a context challenge to know of this Diedrich merchant?
2.
Two.
Not too ridiculous, not so far out of the way, but a little specific, just off the
Okay.
top of your head.
Quit.
Oh, okay. Yes, you very much know Diedrich. He would be in the merchant's quarter on the north end of town. A man of some, what would you say? Infamy is how I'd phrase it. He'll get you his goods, but he doesn't always come forward with how exactly he procured them.
Sure. Uh, Rakote will respond, "Diedrich and I are well acquainted. Uh, is there something I could help you with?"
He is very late. Weeks late. We're nearly out.
Uh, he'll say, uh, "Of course, of course." Uh, he'll kind of look over to the crew of people who are watching him begin a probably much less adventurous quest than he had promised them. And he'll say, "I shall see what delays him."
The last one said that as well. And she will just kind of say, I can't send you alone. There's no promise you'd come back.
Where are we going?
He'll say, "Rest assured, I am not alone."
And there will be kind of a commotion as you see a kind of flurry of motion near the window that the other figure was pulled from. And another figure, also adorned in full diving gear, will kind of regard all four of you for a moment before rushing back to the door and saying, I don't know any of you, much less trust you. My daughter, Desiree, she will accompany you.
Uh, he'll just say, "Very well, send her out."
Stand back. Far back.
He will. He'll scurry back, scuttle.
And what follows is a very grueling 5 minutes where all manner of latches and binds are loosened from this door. There's one moment you are sure you hear the sound of some metal being burnt away, some solder kind of being passed over with a heavy torch. And only after this 5 minutes has passed will there be a very quick moment where a figure about 5 feet tall, again adorned completely in diving gear, will be pushed from the door very quickly and almost tumble out onto the steps as the door is shut close behind.
As this ridiculous display is taking, what the hell was that? Hold on.
Hello? Who's in here?
Is that AC on? It
See,
shouldn't be.
you walked the whole way here.
A man is the sum of what he's done, not what he is. What I've done will make you scream. For joy.
You have no
a
idea what I've
birthday
done
clown.
for this country.
Happy birthday!
The amount of energy that I single-handedly have saved on heating and cooling.
God, I don't know what the fuck that was.
Just a murderer prowling
Yeah.
about, looking in
Wrong
the glass
house.
window, finding your veins open.
Yeah.
The guy testing to see if the window will break if he throws a stump against it.
His
Turns out it
hook.
didn't yet. So
Yeah.
He'll be back tomorrow, I promise.
be back
Yeah.
at
That
2.
was a weird ass noise. I don't know if something fell in the fridge or if something outside hit up against the side of the house.
Huh.
Better set the
Yeah.
tripwire.
Yeah. Don't worry, the Home Alone bucket of marbles will deploy. That'll keep them away.
Oh, all right.
That'll buy me some time. So what I was gonna say before, I don't know, a tree branch fell on my house, is as this ridiculous display is taking place, Rakote, very, very stone-faced, will just sort of turn over his shoulder and he'll say, "The wealthy of the crust, they are an eccentric lot, but I assure you they pay well. Money has very little value to them, so they'll throw it at you for even the simplest tasks."
They sure do seem eccentric.
Crow will contribute. Money does have very little value.
He'll say, "In your world, yes. Not on the seas."
World is the seas.
He'll say, "The mercantile seas." And at that point, he'll lift his gaze to meet the diver.
Yeah, the diver will eventually kind of get their bearings. You see there is a moment where their hand is clutching the guardrail, and they seem to kind of be shaking with the enormity of the weight on them. They will kind of look into the sky and then eventually down to you, Rakote, being kind of the point of contact. And then, kind of meekly, almost unsure of themselves, they will say, "I'm sorry, I only have one suit."
You planning on going for a dip, kid?
I understand. It must be hard. I'm fortunate you are not. She just kind of like steamrolls over that. Rosman, you can see that she heard it, but she's automatically moving towards excusing herself.
Okay. What are we doing again?
Rakote will begin leading the way to the. You said it was the merchant district.
Yeah, merchant district up here.
He'll start leading the way there, and he'll say, "We mean to see what keeps Diedrich from supplying these good people."
With oxygen. Tanks. Heavy ones.
Yes, I imagine you need it inside of your shell.
Take off helmet.
No! Why? The plague is here. It's as good as death, removing anything. I'm sorry. I wish I could save you.
Crow makes a weird guttural noise that's very difficult to identify.
It's a laugh. He's never done
Yeah.
it before. Yeah.
Only
need
those
not
with the
worry.
deepest insight could register that it's a cackle.
The pale lady will follow and say, "You need not worry. Not while I am here."
She will kind of scoff and say, "I'm not safe in my home. Of course I'm worried. I'm grateful for your company. My mother was desperate. She would have sent me out alone. But Diedrich, I've never met him.
Rakote will assure, and he'll say, well, he's less frightening than I am, at least in appearance. He'll say, so if you can bear the thought of me, you can bear a conversation with him.
Oh, did we rest, by the way?
Yes, yeah, all
Okay,
fate points
great.
and stress are dealt with. She will just frankly say, I hope it's a short conversation. The longer I'm away, the more risk there is. This is a very
Does
dangerous time.
Diedrich wear a suit too?
No, though my mother tried to convince him.
Alright, just trying to learn the angles of this.
Direct thrust upon this.
Yeah. She will just say, plainly, survival, as it always is. And the first
Yeah,
step to...
you weren't lying, Rakote. They're certainly eccentric.
I'm not dumb or mute. I know what you're saying, and I know what you think, but it's wrong. And you'll realize I'm right, but only too late. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
I want to roll lore. I want to roll lore to know if that suit is actually helpful against the plague, but my lore stat is low. So
These suits never even existed when you were around.
yeah, that's about
You have
right.
no idea. This is a strange kind of... Maybe you've seen these strange creatures in the water before, but this is the first time being up close
No,
on
on
land.
land.
Yeah.
To work.
Jesus Christ. Sean, ostensibly, yes. What little you know about the brine tends to say that it is a disease passed by touch and breath. Two things that this suit would protect against.
I see.
It's kind of thick exterior and weighty metal gives credence to her words.
Rastafan thinks about how the scroll is completely protected. He looks to her and scoffs, but only in his head. Doesn't communicate anything. So.
You are a fairly strange group of people as you move through, and have only gone more strange with the addition of Desiree. But Rakote, are you heading straight towards the Merchant's Quarter?
Yeah, I imagine so.
Okay. As you do, quite a few people make their way, and there's some laughs from behind your shoulder. But when you eventually arrive in the merchant's area, or the merchant's quarter, you see hundreds of stalls. There is nothing you couldn't find here, so long as you have the coin to pay for it. And you have quite the task in front of you, because knowing exactly where this man is a challenge in itself. He's kind of a wandering figure, but since you succeed with style, Rakote, you do have an advantage on finding this man.
Okay. Can I find with contacts? Asking around?
Yeah, challenge of 3.
Okay. Use that advantage.
Nice. Yeah. For anyone else, it would be like finding a needle in a haystack. Rakote, this is not the first time you've been here, and it's not the first time you've found this man, Diedrich. Plenty of people are even just kind of surprised to see you and just kind of gush and tell you more than they would have thought as you kind of make yourself a fixture here. And then one of the kind of figures will look at you and say, Diedrich get himself in a spot of trouble again?
He'll say, oh, just late on deliveries as usual.
Yeah, usual. I thought people would get used to that by now. Well, if you need to find him, just head up that block about 2, hang a left. There's a little corner in there and nook. Passes as a bar, he'll probably be there.
He'll nod and say, much obliged. Be well, my friend.
Of course. Glad to see they let you off.
He'll just sort of cough out a laugh as he continues to walk away.
Yeah, as you guys are moving, Desiree is just kind of getting closer to your group and saying, "There's too many people here. How do you stand it?"
Don't.
She will be kind of off-put, but nod, seeing as you are the person most in line with her ideologies at this moment. They'll
I
be
go
kind
back
of
to
like,
work unscrewing her helmet.
Yeah, never mind. That's not Crowby morning. That's her.
somebody will sneeze and it'll be like a gunshot goes off as she just jumps and kind of runs a few feet behind you, Rakote, and almost bumps into you.
Rakote will turn over his shoulder and he'll say, "You've nothing to fear, Desiree. There is, he'll say, not even the unforgiving sea could find its way inside your helmet."
She will nod and say, "I hope so. Did you find him?"
I think, as if to answer that question, he will stride up to either building or stall, wherever it is that he was instructed that Diedrich would be.
Yeah, honestly, a stall is a more fitting of a word. This is what ostensibly acts as his office is for the time being. You know that most people can't stand this man for very long, so the fact that he's found a new place to hold up is not very surprising.
Yeah.
She will just kind of nod and say, "Half now, half later. Half now." And she will kind of push some money towards you, Rakote.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. He will take it.
And everyone here can add 1 to their sheet as she follows behind you into this room.
The
And
pale lady will look down at Rakote and say, "Is it enough?"
We're
He'll
done,
say-
are we?
He'll say, "It's a promising start."
Very well.
And when you enter into this space, it is just rank. There is like
Gross.
boxes all over the place. There are papers that have kind of molded or meld with the ground below you, just having been wet and then trodden upon. You can't really
Ugh.
read anything on it. It's just a fucking den.
He smeared his own shit on the wall.
It's a very, very hard detail to forget that you can never walk back. That's all anyone's gonna think about.
And when you enter, you see the kind of mouse-like face of, but not a mouse or a rat. I promise.
Upon seeing a mouse, Rakote screams and passes out.
Of Diedrich, kind of going over some papers, and he will see you, and he will see Desiree at the same moment, and just kind of nod again, and say, "Business. Business never stops. Hello, Colette. No, Desiree. Desiree, of course. And gonna have him kind of really look at you for a long moment. Rakote?"
He'll nod and he'll say, "The very same."
I'm a bit surprised to see you two together.
Yes, well, Desiree's family has an unforgettable appearance, and seemed that they were in need of help, and so it were. I'm fucking
We are
struggling.
in need of clout to repair his ship.
I usually need money for that. He'll
She's
just kind of,
blinkless.
yeah. He'll kind of look fully at the group now and say, "Quite a bit of muscle you brought around, Rakote." Real tough types.
He'll look and he'll say, "Yes, but you need not worry. They're not here for you."
Your place
I'm-
smells
oh.
worse than the Isle of Rats.
Well, I am renting it, but I'll be sure to pass word on. He lies.
Can't you clean it up once in a while?
I am a very busy man. You're lucky you caught me. I don't really have enough time to clear away papers or whatever that is. And there is a
Litter.
nondescript gray blob somewhere in a corner.
Jesus.
An eye turns to you.
That's the last guy who worked here.
The
my
Goosebumps G floats through the room.
Boom, boom, boom.
I don't know why that G, like every time I think of it, which is more than I should, I just fucking laugh so hard. It turned a dog's eyes bright yellow for 5 seconds, and that's supposed to scare me.
Get goosed.
Rakote will cut in and say, "But we did catch you, so might I ask what the holdup is on the oxygen delivery?"
Just the usual people being less dependable than they should, but the good news is that it is here in the city. Rakote, a moment.
He will cast a sort of miserable glance to the rest of his party, and then he will hobble over.
He's gonna pull you to a door, a fairly substantial one, kind of impressive. The one impressive thing in here, and he will open it. And inside is a 3 feet by 3 feet closet, which he will push you into.
Yeah, I go.
He will close it, and he's going to whisper, yell at you. What is this? Really?
He's gonna say, "Exactly as I said it was." He says, "The long and short of it is, these sailors are going to help me reclaim my dynasty." And he'll say,
I am not worried about her. Desiree, why did you bring her?
"Oh, he'll say,
I don't care about you. I barely know you. I know that's rude, but I really need to be upfront about this.
yes, if you are nothing if not forward, but you've let a customer down, and I don't have oxygen to deliver them on my own."
Neither do I. That's our problem now.
He will groan a guttural fishman noise from his goiterous throat as he says,
Bad description.
"Sorry, I'm slowly dying. It's gonna keep happening." Just to say, "Of course you have no oxygen."
I never did. Do you know how rare something like that is?
"Then what have you been selling them under the auspices?
The empties.
And where are the empties?"
He will kind of bring himself very close to you and say, aboard a ship headed back to Mission Hill, a ship that was supposed to be captained by a man that I could depend on. But that man, well, I guess somebody talked. A bit too much money in his pockets. And now I'm out of my source, which means I can't give her what she's looking for.
While this is going on, it's just from
Yep.
inside the thing. Roswan's going to point a thumb at the locker and go, "You want to go to even more enclosed space in here?"
Crow is going to turn to the freak and say, "What does it look like?"
She will kind of consider a moment and say, far away.
What?
You're asking what it looks like in here? Everything's further
The
away. All I have
plunder!
is
plunder thy seek?
I wish I knew. That's why we're here. That man, that Diedrich, he knows.
He stares at her for a long time, and as the camera zooms in on his glare, there's the sound of a wood being run across a saw.
And then we'll flash cut back inside, where Diedrich will just say plainly, "So unless you can get the empty, none of this is gonna move."
Rakote will sort of roll his fingers over his knuckles, and he'll say, Diedrich. He's gonna say, do you want to know why it was so easy for me to draw Tyburn's attention as I was building my own business empire?
Yeah, because you're bad at business.
No, because I excel at business. You have made this far too complicated. He says, I am sure your clients, what's her name?
Colette
Desiree.
and Desiree.
Yes, I'm sure your clients, Colette and Desiree, have empty canisters about their manor. Why not have some sort of service where you go retrieve the canisters, bring them back here, spit shine them with whatever pitiful rags you have on the shelf, and bring them back? You might put a tag on, falsify some sort of code or date as if you've done any actual work. Then you don't have to worry about this back and forth contraband. Do you understand me?
I'm good at business. And you're also good at business. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's very good. I wish I had thought of that.
Well, you did think of it. I'll say,
Got halfway there.
Return with Desiree. Ask of them their empty canisters, bring them back here, and then... he'll say, or I suppose I could do it for you. Save the face. For a price.
He will kind of frown for a moment. And he will say, we were already in business together, why not? It's fair, you get as many as you can, bring it back here, and then I keep the business going. And I, of course, make sure you're compensated.
It's a deal, then.
Yeah, and he will try to reach a hand over to you, but you are so fucking close together, there is no possible reality in which you could shake hands.
Yeah, we struggle with that action before emerging from the closet.
Good news, the empties are nearly on their way, but we've had a bit of luck there, Desiree. You still hold on to those empties, right? Yes, of course. Well, what if I told you they could be Foley's? What? And then she'll just kind of look to you, Rakote.
Rakote will, without missing a beat, will chime in, and he'll say, seeing as it's difficult enough to get oxygen in and out of the island, waiting for ships, as it were, pressurized canisters can be an awful pain to deal with. Mr. Diedrich has a new solution.
Mm-hmm.
Larger tanks here that he will fill from the already installed tanks at your family's estate.
Already installed.
Of course, they will need to be cleaned and sanitized so as not to contaminate.
Wouldn't dream of it. Nope. Just kind of nodding behind you. And I would need you to roll a deceive against an empathy of 2.
I can do that, but can I try to create a rapport advantage first?
Yeah, she's gonna be a little skeptical. Let's see. But you've been nice so far. You have, at least. I'm gonna set the challenge at 2.
Okay. So yes, so rapport challenge on just the demeanor of my excuse there.
Yep.
Uh, let's see.
Friendly face. That'll be
Excellent.
all right.
Then I will use friendly face as I attempt to deceive her here with my no deceive. Wow.
There will be a real moment where Desiree just kind of considers it. There, you cannot see her face, hidden as it is in the depths of the suit, but she will just say, "Here, you can fill them here. That's incredible."
Yes, no more long trips waiting for voyages.
Oh, the waits have been so long before, and Mother just, she will be so happy to hear it. Thank you, Mr. Diedrich. And he'll just kind of like put a hand up, like, "Oh, no problem." So I think all that really needs to get done is you all get back, get those empties here, and I'll take care of the rest.
Excellent. Well, Desiree, we've no time to waste.
Yeah, she's already kind of moving forward.
As we're walking back, the pale lady will sort of waddle behind Desiree and strike up conversation and say, "What is it you have heard about the emergence of the plague?" Actually, what is it called more formally?
The brine.
The brine. Thank you. The brine.
She'll just say, well, people always told us that it went away, but we knew better. I wish the people in Coltan had, but now there's the barricade and the sickness. So many have already died.
How many?
She will just say, thousands.
That is interesting. I have not witnessed the brine in hundreds of years.
You've seen it?
Yes.
And you're still alive?
Yes. And no.
You are blessed, surely.
I was blessed. Yes. With a purpose.
Not
She'll,
all of us are so lucky. But go ahead.
Yeah, she'll look up to Rakote and say, where did she say the brine was spreading?
Coltan.
Coltan.
Yeah.
I would like to go to Coltan.
Rakote will say back very plainly, Coltan it is. It's on the list. Or I guess I'll say it's on the chart.
She'll nod like that is not a crazy request.
Desiree will, of course, clock that as a ridiculous request, but there will just be kind of stammering, and eventually just nothing as she tries to figure out why you would ever do something so foolish.
She will elaborate and say, there will be many there who will need me.
You can't do anything. Once their eyes go, the heart follows.
But I can save them from eternal unrest. After.
You can do that?
Yes. It is my gift.
Then I was wrong. They will very much need you there.
She will nod knowingly, not even questioning.
So yeah, there will eventually be the shot of all of you returning to this kind of a state, as it were. And you will see the visage of Colette, the mother, and kind of a larger suit looking out from the window, and a quick movement towards the door, where she will say, "Desiree, you must be cleaned." "I know, Mother. It will take some time." And she will call out, "The air, where is it?"
Rakote will, let's see.
I'm going to be up front. There's going to be at least one more deceive challenge.
That's fine.
Probably.
So I succeeded with style last time. I'm wondering
Yep.
if I can't make that into something. Is that an advantage?
Oh, yeah.
Or...
Daughter believes you.
A daughter believes you. I think it makes it easier to sell.
Okay. So Rakote will step forward a respectful distance from Desiree as he's being viewed as contaminated. And he'll say, well, as Desiree can attest to, there is a new process. We will take your empty canisters to Diedrich, who will fill them here on the island. And henceforth you shall see a more expeditious return on your oxygen deliveries.
Okay, the challenge is a 3.
Okay. All right, add a 2 to that because I hit the wrong thing. And... Can I tap on this one for better or worse? I make a lasting impression.
Do you have something? How?
I think in this way, she doesn't know me very well.
Okay.
But with the way that I have seemed to lift her daughter's spirits at whatever it was that she witnessed there, this weird man that rolled in and seemed to have a problem for everything seems believable, even if she doesn't necessarily like him.
Okay. I buy it.
Cool.
And she will say as much when Colette kind of takes her moment and says, "You're obviously more punctual than Diedrich. Fine. This is agreeable. You need the canisters?"
As many as you have.
Desiree will simply say, "There are quite a few." And she will head up the stairs, and there'll kind of, again, be that long work as the doors prod open, and she will be let inside. And kind of quite a bit more time passes. You hear sounds from the depths of this building, and then these loud, like, kind of metallic thunking as more and more canisters are delivered. And finally, you kind of see the result of this effort as, let's say, for you, 4 extremely large oxygen kind of drums are brought forward. There's a simple little kind of push cart that she has brought it to. And Colette will let it rest on the stairs before she quickly slams the door shut, leaving the canisters and the cart outside.
All right. Is there just one push cart for all 4?
Yes, and you see that the push cart is fairly simple, and it's currently up above a flight of stairs.
All right.
Just kind of looming there right now.
Yeah. Rakote will look at that and know there's no way in hell that he's getting that down on his own. And he'll say, Crow and Rastavan, might you assist me in retrieving the oxygen?
Sure.
Crow was standing there, and at the last second when you look up to see his expression, his eyes flutter open, and he stands more upright, snapping out of a small nap that he was doing standing up.
Rakote will encourage. I'll come then. I'll need all the help I can get.
Yeah, so the physique challenge to... I honestly think this is going to be a kind of 3-roll situation. Because you guys have roughly, let's say, about 10 miles to get these things.
Oh boy.
You are
Jeez.
at the south end of town, and you've promised to deliver them to the north.
Hmm.
I mean, is this a contest with anyone?
Yeah.
Is there a meaningful reason for 3?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the reason to do that is just like how demanding this task is. Like, either you succeed and it takes some effort from all of you. Or actually, let's do it this way. I'm going to just condense it down to one big physique roll then.
That's exactly, yeah. That's what I'm posing. What are you gonna do if we fail the second one?
Well, I mean, if you... Yeah, no, I get you. Okay. So currently the physique challenge as it is a 6.
Damn girl.
Oh,
I can add a 1.
I can also add a 1.
I got a 2.
I got it too. I can't believe Rostovan's that strong.
He's got some muscles.
Been carrying those metal gauntlets.
Yeah.
All right, so if either Declan or Sean will roll with a +3.
Okay.
I mean, probably Sean given track records, huh?
Yeah.
Challenge is 6.
I just feel like when we call attention to it, though.
Yeah, that's not good. Yep. Well, I got nothing from my aspects.
I don't exactly about how strong I am. Although I have the classic for how I augment things, which is the fact that I'm adorned in hooks. That usually helps me do tool-oriented stuff.
Well,
Alright, I'll invoke Color's implements.
Yeah, so currently that would be a tie, right? So...
Oh, I forgot that was it.
Yeah, so it was a challenge of 6. What I think would happen is that there would be a moment. This is a grueling task, which you all quickly discover, working in tandem to pull these one by one down the stairs and then reloading them on a cart, which seems to buckle under every step. And there is a moment where it seems like, currently at a tie, the cart is going to give way and spill all of these onto the street below you, kind of causing to scatter and roll in various directions. So currently the cart is about to buckle and break. I'd give one of you a chance to try and save the situation, so I just would wonder, what would somebody do? What would the skill be?
Could I...
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, I mean, if you've got a better solution, maybe, but I was going to posit that I could try to roll tailoring to make, like, a sling for a few of them.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. We can kind of not have one person deplenish all their fate points, because then I could help with something else later.
Okay. I would put the challenge at a 2.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah, that's about right.
Okay, so currently you go to drape a kind of net around this, and you see that the weight of these empty canisters is massive. They seem to strain against it and are spilling outwards currently. Do you let that stand?
I don't really think I have a fate point to spend on it. Or not, I do, but I don't have anything to tap.
Okay.
I don't have any sort of material that I've gathered or anything.
Perfect. Okay.
Well, what I was going to do is tap the aspect once promising marine merchant. That I have maybe some experience in moving something really heavy, specifically through the Port of the Nameless, since that's a place that I did a lot of commerce. So whether that's I know a trick that was passed down to me on how to allocate weight, or using sort of the terrain of this area to benefit putting the least amount of stress on the cart as we maneuver it through the streets.
Okay, no, I buy that. So the challenge was a 2. I think the
Would it be a 3 now? Because we failed it.
well, yeah, I mean the challenge was a 2, so that it was a 3. So you'd match again, unfortunately, currently. And I think this time what would happen is just one of the canisters lost, but you maintain control over 3 of them.
Okay.
Which will eat a little bit into your profits.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Rakote's blowing steam out of his ears.
Yeah, Rakote and the Pale Lady working together. There is so much that you wish you could do in this very moment, but the best you've able to do between the two of you is keep 3 of these upright as one tumbles out, and people along the street have to dive out of the way as a large steel canister just plummets down, 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 and into the ocean. It's kind of sinking with bubbles on either side.
She'll remark, "If I had known, I would have sewn something sturdier."
Rostovon looks back, holding the part of the front of the cart, getting a splinter in his hand. He's going to call out, "What are we getting paid for this again?"
Clout. The Pale Lady will
Exposure.
Say.
He's going to say, another round of crowns from Colette, and whatever I can wring from Diedrich. It will help us get up and running.
If the divers are dead, this deal is moot, yes?
He'll say, if the divers are dead, we will see nothing.
He starts
No,
walking
actually,
back in the
there's a
direction of the
point.
house.
That whole place is completely sealed up. No one even knows that they're alive half the time, I bet. Hey, you know what? Mr. Silence might actually have a point this time.
He's starting to nod fervently as Rostovon is catching on.
Rakote will shake his head and he'll say, he'll say, there is not a soul on the street that didn't witness the canister roll into the ocean, and I imagine we are very easy to describe to gold shirts. It would behoove us not to murder the first person we try to deal with.
Rostovon's going to put down his side of the cart, and he's going to look back, and in conversation, he's just going to say, "Yeah, but I don't owe anything to this island, and we're getting out of here as soon as we can, right?"
Rakote will say, partly true, however, we will be returning to the Port of the Nameless quite often. This is where I operate out of. It is where Anaphalie rests after voyages. We need to maintain a clean record here.
Yeah, you're right. We have to make it not look like we did it. Hey, Silence, are you able to make it look like someone else committed the, don't use your harpoon or whatever that is.
Aye.
See? He can do it.
Hast thou heard about the scuttler on the other side of town?
I heard something last night. I wasn't sure what it was, a bar brawl or something.
He just slowly nods, like, exactly, all according to plan.
Like Jack Nicholson.
Rakote will call above the two of them and say, if the two of you are getting bored of this task and want to stretch your legs,
Aye.
I happen to know on the north end of town it is much less conventional, and you might be able to put your combined efforts to use with the ruffians and see if you cannot line our pockets.
Crow will point a finger in Rakote's face and say, "Thou made use of thyself on the isle. have given the credence on the back of this, but thou art treading into realms thou art not accommodating for. Thou art an invalid freak. And
Zavala
thou...
crosses.
Go ahead.
You keep on. He's going to cross his arms and lean against the wagon and follow up and say, yeah, I thought you were some big shot on this island, and here we are doing menial labor for a couple of psychos for what? 4 coins?
I'm not just aimlessly posturing, so he'll continue on the back of that. Thou art creature of means. Thou art negotiator. Thou did not conscript laborers. Find them. And he'll just point to the crowd of cattle that walk this town.
He'll say, very well. I see my money will be well spent on those that would help me continue to grow this crew's reputation. And he'll say, however, invalid freak creature, whatever vitriol you can find in that limited vocabulary of yours will not change the fact that you need me to find the remainder of your contracts. He'll say, did you forget I am in the process of charting a course to the Parliament of Pleasure, so that I may risk my life for you to wring the life from some other poor sod and complete your mission? And you, Rastavan, he's gonna say, I don't suppose you want to try to find some other way to divine a course to the Dawning Machine, which I will remind you is the first stop on our voyage.
Oh, yeah, of course, but you're forgetting something, Rikote. Me, Mr. Silence, and, well, I guess even you. We weren't sent to that island because we were too good at being nice people. We're criminal. And, walking around and holding the hands of some eccentric rich people while we push around their oxygen tanks. It's just not what I signed on for.
And thou art one in an ancient line of conveniences have manipulated. Thou art not special nor necessary, so do not conflate usefulness with necessity.
You know what? I agree with you 100%, Silence.
Also, I feel Rikote does have... The thing he was saying was... I mean, isn't his plus for, like, resources?
Yes.
Why are we doing this? Why are we not hiring, like, a teenager who works out to do all of this for us?
No, it's a good point. It's a good point.
I really hope that people this is good dialogue. I like that your characters are fighting.
Yeah.
I hope that this is not out of character. This is some bullshit. I think this is good.
No, nobody's worked
in
out.
character.
Yeah, 100%. I literally that's fucking smart. I need to hire people to do this. Rikote will say, I tried to establish decent rapport among our crew because I believed that would make it easiest for everybody if we got along. But if you seek to make this entirely transactional, then we can make it so. Crow and Rastavan, if you want to be criminals and behave like criminals, I have given you a direction. Go north. I will find laborers to assist me with this task. However, if you are not contributing to my cause, why would I share the payroll with you?
Yeah. All right. I get the message.
He's going to say, That isn't to say that I intend to keep the lion's share. I need you strong if you are going to continue to prove useful to me as I am to you. He's gonna say, so why don't you blow off steam with the violent young men in the northern alleys? Go work out your itchy trigger fingers and sharpen your steel. And he'll say, but make no mistake, in 3 days Anna Falee meets the azure waters of the greater seas. If you are in a prison cell, you do not set sail with her. Do I make myself clear?
3 days. So sayest thee. Be the first truth thy tells. He'll start stomping off northward.
Oh, and as he starts walking away as well, I don't know how much clout you're going to be getting by helping a bunch of people who don't seem to come out of their house.
Rakote will, not continuing to try to get the last word, he'll say...
He follows us.
He wheels after us in his chair.
He'll say, yes, and you can see what kind of crop you cultivate when you water it with a bucket.
What was that?
He'll turn and he'll just do one of those waves where you just wave to someone behind you. He falls with Crow.
The Pale Lady will hang out with you, Rastavan. Not Rastavan, Jesus, Rakote.
With,
Why?
You're
She
also
lost it.
alone.
Are you going to hang out with Radigan or Radon or Ronnie or
Yeah. She-
Renala?
She's been kind of watching the whole exchange blinklessly, as she tends to, in sort of contemplative silence.
When she finally blinks, it's very audible.
Yeah.
He will cast a glance in her direction and he'll say, will you be departing as well?
I need your ship. As I have said.
He'll just sort of clutch his cane and say, very well then. And frustratedly hobble off to find some laborers.
Yeah. Let's have you do that first. I want to see if Rakote immediately proves himself capable of doing this. It's a pretty big job. I'd say that you guys made it halfway though, so I think I'll reduce the challenge by 1. Set the challenge at a 3.
Oh, Lord.
You don't want to do this. They don't want to do this.
All right. Challenge.
How can we tailor this?
Can I create a contact advantage that I want to try to find the most desperate workers who will work for cheap in the area?
Yes, you can. I'd set that challenge at a 1. You've been here before. You know where to look.
All right.
This will be a 7 watch. Okay. Contacts of 1. There are plenty of.
No, Kane, you got a 4.
I got a 4.
Yeah, 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I was 3 over the challenge.
Yeah, it's true. Fuck. I'm gonna give you
Contact's a
somebody.
0, huh? Well, if you fail. He doesn't want to give it to you.
Yeah, Kane just doesn't acknowledge the roll and keeps steamrolling over me. Yeah, no, I don't think you have an aspect, so...
No, you're good. You do create that. Who would be reliable? I think since you succeed with style, I think I'm going to give you maybe some dock workers that kind of finish early in the morning, so they tend to have open evening, so you're not dealing with more of like a den of thieves situation. It's already laborers who are used to this kind of work.
Yeah, I'm thinking basically rolling up. I'm almost imagining maybe there's like a place that Doc. Oh my god, I hate that. A place where the dockhands sort of wait when they don't actively have anything to do. So coming up on a group that has finished a job.
Oh, they finished.
They've all finished each other's jobs.
With honors.
He basically just comes up to an orgy, and he looks to the pale lady and goes, "Watch and learn, gentlemen." These are his people. I'm thinking like a group of dock workers, sort of all.
No, I get it.
Congregating.
I got it. I got it. Challenge at 3.
Yeah. For what? Oh, the resources.
Yeah, for the actual resources.
Yeah. Okay.
Challenge of 4 on the sailors. They know good. They know a good tug job, and it's going to be difficult.
This is with the advantage that I created.
Knotted up.
Oh god.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
They're all relaxed.
Kind of lazily touching their chests. They look.
Oh.
A brunette gently strokes the stubble of chest hair he shaved earlier this week. And as he sucks the life out of a cigarette, he notices you standing a few feet below him and says, "Oh, hey
Jealous. Of what? The cigarette?
We're not done, boys.
Could suck the salt out of the ocean.
You
Ricote makes the
Jefferson over
situation.
there."
Good, it makes the situation worse with a bunch of unwitting double entendres. Like, I'm looking for relief for all this hard work I've been doing.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, yeah, you are.
About threw my back out. Oh.
I hope you can.
I need maybe 3,
go.
4 strong men.
The guy he's talking to very unceremoniously has his flaccid dick hang out the front of his pants. It's very stupid looking.
Call it my fish bait. We'll see what bites.
Oh no.
This is the horniest campaign.
That all happens.
That all happens.
And these strapping young men.
They're strapped. Yeah.
Yeah, they.
Oh
They,
my god.
Yeah, they
go
help
ahead.
me. They help me complete the job.
Damn right they do. Yeah, I mean, despite the harsh words kind of motion against you, Rakote, you are in your element, and you are able to coordinate and get just the right people for the job. As you see them kind of shift and move in a way that's more practiced than your team had done, kind of moving a bit quicker with you following behind. So both you and the Pale Lady make pretty good time. You rolled success with style, so the remaining 3 casters get there in good time.
Excellent.
Oh my god, I have to fucking breathe. That was funny. Meanwhile, as you guys kind of come outside of Diedrich's, we are going to cut back across the west
Who's
part
coming
of town.
outside of Diedrich's?
Yeah,
Oh
literally.
no. No.
You
No.
guys couldn't make it in the door?
No, they're going to. They're making it. They're gonna make it. Both.
They've been edging the whole time.
All
The
right,
whole journey.
just in here. No, 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 no,
No.
Commence a comedy sequence of Ricote slip and sliding all the way back downhill with all the canisters.
His chair goes down the hill, Mac and me style into the bay.
Back in his chair.
I don't know why. It's always funny to put him in a chair. I don't know. It's not funny.
He's got an FDR situation.
Every time a character flashes back, it doesn't matter which character. In any character's flashback, Ricote's in a wheelchair.
I like to remember him that way.
Fuck.
Oh my god, teared up. Shit. Rostavon and Crow.
Should we go to break?
Yeah,
before
we
go to
can.
Dundas? It's
Yeah,
kind of the
no,
hour.
that's fine.
Probably.
That works for me.
I'm DMing this session now.